I want to get my boys out of the way because it's been too long. It's been way too long in this video. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, Max. Where do these two stand on the greatest edges of all time? I want to start with Dwight.
I
Let's go with Freeney.
I just want to say, doing some research on Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, me and Juan have never been big like, oh, Dwight Freeney had 150 sacks. He's better than the guy who had 125, right? That's never been us. And Dwight Freeney's got a hell of a resume, right? Hall of Famer, 1 Super Bowl, 4 All Pros, 7 Pro Bowls. I mean, we were huge Colts fans. We loved him. I loved him. And I got into the numbers and I was like, he got 125 sacks. He's got 128 TFLs. So does that mean he had 3 TFLs? A sack counts as a TFL. I soured on Dwight Freeney just looking it up, going back and watching games. This was like the one-trick pony.
Yeah.
He's a one-trick pony. And I love Dwight Freeney. He is the originator of the spin move.
Spin move, baby.
Yes. And I just remember rooting for him so hard as a kid. And I was like, man, this is my favorite players. Dwight Freeney was the guy. Everyone loved him.
Yeah.
But there was a reason those Colts defenses sucked, and he didn't help. He don't play the run.
I was telling Max.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't remember as a kid because I was really young.
Right.
But I went back and watched a lot of games, and he's just nowhere to be found. I mean, he's got 350 tackles in 18 seasons or whatever.
Yeah. That's
nothing.
Like Max said, that is when you look at the numbers, it's actually pretty insane, I would say this though. It's insane, but I'm not surprised that the player has that stat. I'm really not, because like Max said, the Colts were a bad defense, but I wouldn't say they were a bad defense overall. Part of the reason why is because they didn't have Bob Sanders. Listen to our safety video, and you'll understand why we feel like Bob was a big impact player. But they sucked against the run. Absolutely trash. You look at some of those games against Jacksonville when MJD and other guys are just running for 250 plus rushing yards. Part of the reason why is because Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis to a certain point just did not want to play run.
They weren't like we're gonna go out every week and stop the run.
Yeah.
They were not like that. That wasn't them. But it's just insane to me that this dude only had freaking I don't even know how to say it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. But look, Dwight Freeney, known for the spin move. I think he's phenomenal, man. I'm leaning towards, honestly, I think as much as a legend score that Dwight Freeney has, I'm kind of leaning Robert Mathis over Dwight Freeney. How are you feeling in that aspect? What do you think?
I think it's really tough. I think it's tough. I mean, I love Robert Mathis, and let me transition him just for a second. NFL's all-time leader in forced fumbles, a hell of a player. Again, I feel like he got lost in the Dwight Freeney shuffle. It was the Dwight Freeney show, and he just kind of was there, right? I love Robert Mathis. I would lean Mathis over Freeney in my opinion.
Yeah,
I really would.
I'm leaning there, Max. I'm going to say Robert Mathis above Dwight Freeney. It's close, don't get me wrong, but I just think Robert Mathis had a little bit more impact on the game than Dwight. I'm not saying Freeney didn't have anything, but the forced fumble thing, I think that's so freaking huge. And honestly, you don't really think of Robert Mathis when we start talking about the forced fumble guys. He kind of, like you said, he kind of gets lost in the sauce, and a lot of those Colts teams, you look back in the time frame when it was happening, it was Dwight Freeney. It was more Bob Sanders, and then Robert Mathis was kind of the second guy into the mix.
Yeah.
But man, I just think Mathis was a better player. Just overall, I think he was a little bit better in the run game. That's not, something to go home about, because Dwight Freeney was probably a 0 on run D, but Mathis had spin moves as well. He had the speed to power. He had multiple moves, man. And I just think as a tandem, maybe that's the best way to put it. As a tandem, they're one of the best duos that we have ever seen.
Yeah.
Maybe we should lump them like that.
As a duo. Yeah, I think wherever we put them, they're going to be next to each other. There was a year, I believe, where Robert Mathis was the AFC Defensive Player of the Year. I think it was 2013. He was outstanding. He was like that year. I don't think Dwight Freeney ever had a year like that where he was the best defensive player in the league. Basically,
Yeah.
he was one of Dwight Freeney's always been a sack artist, but Robert Mathis, in my opinion, was a better player. I put them both in B. I really would.
Okay, I'm leaning B as well, just because some of these other guys, they were complete players. And sorry, I said 99 and 98, 93 for Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, Freeney. Yeah.
But yeah, you can't be one trick pony and be A tier. Like, they were one of the best technicians when it comes to pass rushing. Don't get me wrong, but you still got to play run D, and the guys above them played run D at an elite level.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't